All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It's good to have you with us. It is, the tools that we have these days for both in-person and online events is wonderful. We are actually going to be recording this program this morning, so we'll send it out with our newsletter. And if you are interested in sharing it with friends, you can find it on our YouTube channel. But I am really pleased today to have Greg Shirk with us. Greg is with the Bureau of Workforce Partnership and Operations through L&I, and he's going to be talking to us about the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. You know, we all have been really struggling with finding employees, and I think this is just one more tool that we are able to have in our quivers that will really be able to, it's not a cure-all, but it is one more tool. So, this Work Opportunity Tax Credit, it is a federal tax credit, and it's available to employers who invest in American job seekers. Folks who have faced barriers to employment over the years. Employers may meet their business needs and it can actually claim a tax credit. I will turn this over to Greg now, and like I said, we'll have this recorded. You can share it around. We will also have some additional materials to send out this afternoon, so you can be on the lookout for that. And I think Greg is always available for conversation, both email and phone. And Greg, it's great to have you with us this morning, and we look forward to hearing a little bit more about the work opportunity tax credit. So you can take it away.
Stephen, thank you very much. Thank you so much. And yes, I'm always available, always. Good morning, everyone. My name is Greg, and I am the supervisor for the Special Programs Unit with L&I. And I'm going to talk to you today about the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. And then we're going to finish up with the federal bonding program. So let's get started. Oh, there we go. Okay, the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. And if you don't mind, I'm going to refer to it as WOTC for the rest of the presentation. Stephen was right. It is a federal tax credit available to employers hiring people from certain target groups, maybe face barriers to employment, hard time finding employment.
I'm going to stop you real quick. I think I actually have your email. I think we actually are seeing your email right now.
Oops.
Sorry.
Oh, why is, I don't get that. That was weird. How's that?
There we go. Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
I didn't do anything. That was weird. That was weird. Okay, sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. Again, WOTC. It's a federal tax credit. And here we go. Let's go ahead and skip. Why is it not? Well, there we go.
I got you. We got you.
Gotcha. I'm used to Teams, not Zoom. So anyway, WOTC. Highlights for the program. Employers, it saves you money. How so? Well, every employer has a federal tax liability. When you have to pay taxes into the federal government at the end of the year. What this does, the tax credit reduces that federal tax liability by that much. That's how it helps you out. And let's just say your federal tax liability at the end of the year is $15,000. Well, let's say you receive 20 or 25,000 in tax credits because you hired, so many people and they all qualified, certified. Well, guess what? That extra 10,000, you can carry that tax credit forward 20 years. You can also take it back a few years as well. That's how great this program is. Every person you hire, I recommend submitting an application because you never know, you might get a certification. And what I tell employers when I talk to them, if you have the new hire, the employee, fill out the paperwork and they check no to all the questions, all the different target groups, I tell the employer, well, go ahead and submit the application anyway and check off all the target groups that our system can make an automatic determination. What that means is you do not have to submit any supporting documentation. Now, like it was a veteran target group you're submitting it for. Yes, we need proof that they are a veteran, or the ex-felon. Yes, we need proof that they're an ex-felon. But SNAP, TANF, OVR referral, SSI, long-term unemployed recipient, all of those target groups, we can determine automatically through our system. So no paperwork other than just the application is required. So that's why I tell them to do it. You never know, you might get a certification out of it. Any size employer can benefit from this program. Of course, we got Home Depot, big, box stores, Lowe's, all those kind of folks. But I was telling Stephen earlier, I really get excited when I help out these smaller employers, mom and pop shops, because when they find out how much money they can save, it's a great feeling. And something that happened about maybe 8 years ago or so, 9 years ago, qualified tax-exempt organizations can claim the WOTC. One caveat, though, they can only do it if they hire a veteran who qualifies for one of the 5 veteran target groups. Now, again, for the profit employers, for profit, it reduces their federal tax liability. The tax exempt, it reduces their Social Security tax when you go to file. That's the one big difference. Yeah, let's get to the next screen. Okay, on the left, you see the non-veteran target groups. TANF, either short or long-term, SNAP recipient, summer youth, designated community resident, voc rehab referral, ex-felon, SSI recipient, a long-term unemployed recipient. Now, just because a person is receiving TANF or SNAP, or they're an ex-felon, there are certain requirements that must be made. And in the information we're going to be sending out later on, there'll be detailed definitions for each one of these target groups. So you know exactly what is required for them to become certified. On the right-hand side, I have the 5 different veteran target groups. Veteran receiving SNAP or family member of a veteran, disabled veteran higher than 1 year of discharge, disabled veteran unemployed 6 months or more. Then you have both unemployed veteran, 4 weeks up to 6 months or 6 months or more. Those are all the target groups. Now, for WOTC, the definition of a veteran is a little bit different than what our veteran employment reps use in the career links. The person must have served on active duty for at least 181 days or more, and training time does not count. So the time they're in basic training and their schooling to learn their job, that time would not count. The 180 just starts after the training, okay? Now, something else. If they are collecting compensation for a service-connected disability, then that 181 days is out the window. Let's just say they get hurt in basic training, or they're in their school, they're in a job, and they get hurt, and they are released from active duty. If they're collecting compensation for a service-connected disability, they are automatically considered a veteran. And another thing that's really different, dishonorably discharged veterans also are eligible for you to receive the credit. Okay. Here we are. These are the non-veteran target groups. And you see on there, you have the minimum amount and the maximum amount. The hours there are the hours they must work to receive that amount of a tax credit. 120 hours within the first year of employment, or 400 hours within the first year of employment. Now, let's say you hire someone at the end of November, beginning of December. That first year doesn't end at the end of December. It's 1 year after they start work. Doesn't matter when that was. Now, if you hire somebody and in November, October, whatever, and at the end of the year, when you go to file your taxes, if they've only worked 120 hours, you can go ahead and claim the credit. That's fine. But if you want to get that money or reduce your tax liability, that's fine. But you can always wait until they receive that 400-hour maximum so you can get the maximum tax credit. That's a big difference in money right there for you. Now, here are the veteran target groups. You'll notice the amounts are a little bit different. They're a little bit higher. I mean, look at disabled veteran unemployed for 6 months or more, $9,600. That's a lot of money. And you think about when you hire just a couple of veterans, it's a lot of money you're going to save. It's crazy. It really is. This program is it's an awesome program. You've got to take advantage of it. Okay, who's not eligible? Well, of course, relatives and dependents of the employer, and also former employees. This was a huge, just a huge thing here during COVID. People were getting furloughed or let go for a while, and then they brought them back on board, and the employer would find out about the tax credit, and they'd call me and say, "Hey, Greg, we just brought this person back on board," and unfortunately, I just can't issue. I mean, if they can submit an application, sure, but we have to deny it. We get audited by U.S. Department of Labor on a regular basis. And we have to federal. It's a federal regulation, federal guidelines from the IRS. And again, rehires just aren't eligible. Okay, applying for the credit. There are 2 forms that must be submitted: an IRS form 8850 and an ETA form 9061. Both forms are needed for the application. And the big must do here is you must submit them within 28 days from the employee's start date. So for an example, if you have a new employee starting work today, you have 28 calendar days to submit the application, either online on our website, which we recommend. So when you go down and fill out the answers on the questions online, you click that submit application button at down at the bottom of the page, and that creates a postmark date. Or if you want to mail them at the paperwork, that's fine too. But again, that postmark date on the envelope when we receive it must be within 28 days of the employee's start date. Again, we can't overlook that. Everything is date time stamped on our system. Even when the staff submit a paper application online for you, everything is date stamped. So again, federal regulations we have to follow. We can't miss out on that stuff. So the 28-day rule. Now, if that 28th day is a Saturday, Sunday, or federal or state holiday, it's the next business day. And again, you have questions, please reach out to me. Okay, employers, you can access the forms on the Pennsylvania Career Link website. You go into the Help Center and look under list of miscellaneous documents. You'll see a section there for WOTC and also federal bonding. Under WOTC, not only the forms are there, but also other informational forms and paperwork and things, anything to help you out to get this down so you can get going and understand this program fully. Everything is there for you. Okay, let's move on to the federal bonding program. I am the state bonding coordinator for Pennsylvania. And you'll see the program's been around since 1966, long time. And most employers know nothing about this program. And when they find out about it, I have folks calling me all the time, employees, and they want to know about it. They want to get bonded. And I tell them what the process is, and they tell the employer, when they want a job interview, the employer's like, come on, I can't be. That's not, yes, it is. So let's get going. Federal bonding, it was created for an incentive for employers, to hire employers you feel may be at risk to bring on board as a new employee. What do I mean by at risk? Well, 99% of the bonds that I issue are for ex-offenders, but it could be for someone who filed bankruptcy, maybe a recovering substance addict, or someone who is dishonorably discharged from the military. Also, any employee who requires to be bonded because of a promotion. Let's say, well, they worked in HR. Now they're going to be in charge of payroll. Or they worked in the warehouse. Now they're going to be driving around truck, really expensive equipment or tools or something. I can issue a bond on the first day of the promotion, and also the first day of employment for new hires. Highlights, there's no cost for the job seeker or the employer. Zero paperwork to complete. I do everything online now. You call me on the person's first day of work and we take care of it. There's no waiting period. The bond's issued immediately. Plus, no deductible. Not like your homeowners or car insurance where you get in an accident, you're going to file a claim, you got to pay your deductible before insurance claims up. No, not here. The bond is good for 6 months. It covers you against theft of money or property up to $5,000. Again, free, up to $5,000. Now, if you give me justification when you call me, I can issue 5 bond stamps for a total of $25,000. And again, good for 6 months, free of charge. Program restrictions, of course, the person must be of legal working age in the state of Pennsylvania. Excuse me, you must pay federal taxes through your payroll deduction. The job must be at least 6 months. I can't issue a 6-month bond if it's going to be a temporary job for maybe a couple months or so forth. And also self-employed individuals are ineligible. I get a lot of calls from individuals, hey, I'm starting up my own business, cleaning business, whatever, and I want to get bonded. Well, that's a different kind of a bond that insurance companies issue, a liability bond. That's not the federal bonding program. Process, well, all you do is call me on the first day of work or the first day of promotion. That's it, that easy. The call takes me 3 to 5 minutes. I log on to a website, I fill in your information, the employee's information, click submit, and the bond's effective immediately. Now, within 10 business days, you'll receive a package in the mail. In that package are 3 items. 1, the actual bond certificate. 2, if you would need to file a claim against the bond. And I can tell you this, since 1966, less than 1% of all bonds issued within the entire United States have had a claim filed against them. Now that tells you something about the program. Okay, so again, instructions if you need to file a claim. And also the number 3 thing is in the package would be if instructions if you wanted to extend the bond for an additional 6 months. Now, I do know that the cost is based on a case-by-case basis, and they go by why the bond was issued, what was on the background and why you wanted the bond, and also the employee's job responsibilities. That would determine the price. Okay, let's go on. Okay, well, that's my presentation. I want to thanks again for inviting me. I really enjoyed talking to you folks. You'll see my email address there, and on the information paperwork, again, my email address is on there and also my phone number. Please understand this and please know this, and I'm completely serious. When I say you can call me as many times as you like, you can email me as many times as you like, please do not ever think you're bothering me, because you're not. I would rather answer 1 million emails and phone calls from you and get it right, make sure you get it right, than for you to guess and get it wrong. That's not how I work. I love my job and I love helping employers out and also job seekers. So please reach out to me. I'm here for you. So do we have any questions? Anything at all for anybody?
You may need to unmute yourself. I muted everybody when you came in. So if you have any questions, unmute yourself and just yell it out. We're an informal group today.
I see one question from Ms. White that says, does the employee need to complete the WOTC form prior to the first day of work? The IRS website states the form should be completed prior to the job offer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can use the forms as maybe an interview process. A lot of employers do that before they interview somebody. They'll fill the forms out, and let's say you have 2 people equally qualified for the job, and you're kind of on the fence which one to hire. If the one person clicked yes or checked yes to one of the questions, you may want to hire them, because that could qualify. They may qualify you for tax credit. It doesn't matter. You can fill out before the job offer, or even once they start work. You do it as part of the in-processing. Either way, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Good question. Thanks very much.
How do you get access to employees that are in this pool?
Well, I would go through the Pennsylvania Career Link. Talk to the career advisors. Talk to the Veterans Employment Rep. The vet reps are there to help job seekers, veterans find work. Every career link has an OVR counselor in there.
Okay.
And those OVR counselors help these individuals find work. The career advisors know if these people would qualify or not for the tax credit. They know about the program. I give training out to L&I staff all the time. So they will know. So reach out to the career links. They're there to help you out, and they'll know. Especially veterans. The vet reps are there. Yep. Good
how do you
question.
find those reps?
The vet reps, just call the Pennsylvania Career Link. Each one has a vet rep in there.
Okay.
Yep. In fact, they're supposed to have 2. One is a DVOP, Disabled Veteran Outreach Program Specialist. And that's to help actually the veterans find work. Then they have a leaver, a local veterans employment rep. The levers are supposed to help employers get on the Pennsylvania Career Link website and so forth, and talk about the services and everything. So each career link should have at least one vet rep to help you find a veteran to get hired. Good question. Thank you. Any others? I could have been that good.
Well, I think you did a very good, you answered a lot of our questions, but I think too, there's Greg did give me a few forms to additional pieces of paper to send out. You'll get those this afternoon. And like you said, if you have any questions, please be in touch with him. This is a really important program, I think, particularly as we are, really starting to, wanting to make sure that we are making, getting everybody employed that can be employed. It's a real need right now. You guys are in serious need of employees, and this is a great program. Greg reached out to me a couple months ago, and I wasn't even aware of this. So I think these are some great resources that we have from the state. And I wasn't aware of the bonding piece. Really important pieces for you as employers. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. And if you have any other ideas for seminars, please be in touch with me, because we want to make sure that we are getting you programming that is important for you. Greg, thanks very much for your time today. This was really good material, helpful material, and organized in a great way. So thanks very much.
Thank you. One last thing. folks, if you need help getting in contact with the Pennsylvania Career Link or finding a vet rep or an OVR counselor, please reach out to me for that. I'm here to help you out. My bureau, we oversee all the Pennsylvania Career Link, so I'm here to help. I used to work in a Career Link. I was a vet rep when I first started with the state. And if you need me to, do a Zoom or something with your HR departments to help them understand the program and fill out the forms, I will do that as well. I'm also going to send, Steve, I'm sending you another information paperwork. It's the instructions on how to fill out the forms and also how to submit the application on our website. So step-by-step with screenshots.
Oh, excellent.
So, but again, thank you so much for having me on. And again, I'm always available.
One more question. Janet Whitehead may have had one more question. I'm not, can you unmute yourself, Janet? I can't find if you typed it someplace.
No, I just put the clap sign for a good presentation.
I know.
That wasn't my hand raised.
So I'm still learning Zoom evidently 3 years later. So my apologies.
Thank you, Greg.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I will
Thanks,
be in touch. I have questions.
Thank you.
Have a great week,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.